Well, we're 3 days in and we've had a flood. There's Lainey from behind. I'm not allowed to show her from the front because she's got no makeup on. Basically, oh, awesome. Basically, we got a plumbing issue, and Lainey drained out the bath from bathing the baby. This toilet completely filled, overflowed, and then it just poured everywhere. So there's towels everywhere. The living room is all over the place because we've had to shuffle everything out. Pardon? So I had a message from a person that we were hoping to do a video collab with, and they said, for their own reasons, no. It's not no, but they were like, it was a yes, but then they had to pull out for their own reasons, and that was completely fine. I'm like, oh, gutted, because I was so excited for it. And then I look up from my phone because I hear Apollo slapping water. I'm like, he's in the living room crawling. How has he got water? So I look up, and then I just see this little puddle of water, and I'm like, oh, he must have just spilt a drink or something. I'll go and clean that. And then I see bubbles flow in from, literally flow in like this, right? And I'm like, shit, Lainey! And then she's like,
what a situation.
I was like, we've got a problem. She's like,
I thought it was a punami. I wish it was now.
Lainey had come down and been like, what? She's in a towel, mind, because she's only just got out of the bath herself with the baby.
I'm trying to find my folder with all my emergency numbers and stuff in.
And I'm like, look, we've got a real bad problem. The entire.
Already, look.
Is this?
Look, it's already coming up.
Oh shit! That's the beading as well.
It's 5 days old. 5-day-old flooring. Fuck.
It's absolutely fucked.
I'm worried it's gonna start swelling. And
that's the problem, because it might not be, if the wood's not waterproof, it will swell, and then we've got we'll just have to have the whole flooring taken up.
It's splash proof, but I don't think it's fucking flood proof. I'm actually livid right now. I want to cry about this.
I know, me too.
As if it's not bad enough, like everything else that we've had to put on the fucking. Right, no, I'm not.
No, but the next challenge is to get the tumble dryer out, because underneath that is completely flooded as well.
We'll catch you up in a bit. There you go, you take and enjoy that phone. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Lainey's got makeup on, so she's present and available today.
No one wants to see me without makeup.
Well, she's got war paint on. I'll get to why she's got war paint on in just a moment, but I'm just picking up. It's a couple of days after we had our little flooding incident. The floor's
really?
the floor's buggered. Absolutely buggered.
Like literally, guys, that flooring was not cheap and lasted 5 days.
Yeah.
Before the flooding.
Yep. That's it, and we only got to experience it for 3 of those 5 days. And essentially, that whole day, that entire Saturday was just a write-off. So I'll go from the very beginning, right? So, I get up with the baby because Lainey's done the night shift. We call it the night shift when whoever feeds the baby in the night, right? And I'm like, cool. So Loki's obviously staying in because he has to stay in because we don't want him running away. So he's in the kitchen, that's where we keep him in the night, because it's like the most contained area of the house, because we haven't got any doors on at the minute, which is integral to this story as well. Haven't got any doors on because they're fire doors, and basically the people who came and laid the flooring didn't have the right tools to plane the bottom of the fire doors because they're thick and heavy.
So we need a joiner to come
and do it. So while we were in the process of waiting, we've basically still got no doors. As you can hear, this one is dragging. This one here, which is on, is dragging, and then we've got a problem with this one because there's a nail protruding at the top, but that's down to the builders who built the house. They're going to come and fix that for us.
Well, they better.
They better. So Loki comes through, runs upstairs into our bedroom where Lainey is sleeping because, again, we've still got no doors, and pees on the duvet.
He literally stood on my legs. I thought, oh, Loki's come up. He's come to, like, have a little snooze with me. I don't mind, you know, he's settling in, it's a new house, it's all a bit strange, you know, I want to support him in his settling in process.
And he pees
Next thing I know, just feel something really warm, and I'm like, he's peeing on me.
So yeah, the duvet was ruined, the Lainey's leg was ruined, She comes downstairs in an absolute fettle, rightfully so, in my opinion. The cat's just peed on her leg. I would also be peed off, but ching.
Well, then you've got no chance. You've got no chance of trying to get any more sleep.
No, because you're awake at that point.
You can't sit with pee all over you.
Nah.
And letting the duvet like get in a state and stuff.
Exactly that. And then the day goes on, right? And we start flushing toilets, as you do. And we start hearing this weird gargling noise. We're like, that's not quite right. And the toilets would fill up to halfway and then kind of just slowly drain down. And we were like, that's a bit weird. I've never known a toilet to do that.
This is on a Saturday, so
this is on a Saturday,
no one there to help.
So Lainey goes over to the sales office because there's no builders about because it's a weekend. Goes over to the sales office, which is our only kind of port of call. Reports the issue. They say there's nothing we can do about it right now. It's not an emergency, so someone will come out to you on Monday.
We'll have someone come over on Monday. Bear in mind that also the dishwasher's not working and the washing machine's not working.
Yeah. So there's no water flow to it. There's no water flow to it. So we've got no dishwasher, no washing machine, and our toilets are starting to play up. So we go and report the issue. And then Apollo's having a bath.
As he does.
As he does, because he's a baby, he's a minging baby, gets food everywhere and all sorts. And then, where was I? A short amount of time later, I look up from my phone and see, or to hear Apollo's like splashing. I'm like, that's weird. He's got no water toys or anything like that. Like maybe he spilled a drink. Look up and I'm like, oh, he spilled a drink. There's water all over the floor. Get up to go and clean it, and I just watch bubbles rush from the toilet in here, through here, come through here. The entire floor was just completely flooded and there was water everywhere. So in a quick act, obviously whipped the baby out of the way, but called Lainey down. I was like, this is a problem, you need to get down here. And I start pulling all the things in the kitchen, in the living room, like the rug,
trying to drag it
the
out
sofa, because it had all got flooded underneath the sofa. The rug was like starting to get soaked. So I just literally pulled it all back, pulled the coffee table back, yeeted everything into this corner. I mean, it didn't really help because it was just completely flooded all over the floor. And then behind here, we've got a little cupboard here, and in there is just some like electrical stuff that we can't quite fit yet, so a microwave and stuff, and that's all got soaked because the floor's soaking wet, and it was just an absolute disaster. Yeah.
So every towel that we own, we're trying to use it to make like a dam.
Yeah.
To stop any further like damage. You can see the floor, it's right back.
Yeah.
The floor got ruined. We managed to clean up as quickly as we could, but it's too late. It's obviously got through like in between all the joins, and we've got a bin liner full of
minging
dirty
towels,
dirty water covered towels that, because they haven't put the washing machine in properly, we can't freaking use. I'm absolutely livid.
So we can't clean those towels. We got no towels, and then we had no water all night because they told us that we had to turn the water off.
So we couldn't use the toilets. We couldn't. I had to knock on the neighbours who I don't even know yet and ask for a jug of their water so that I could make the baby's bottles. Persimmon have absolutely royally.
I'll tell them about that in a minute.
Right up the bleeper.
Give me 1 second, I need to change the battery and then I'll let you know this story. Basically, the plumber came out yesterday to talk to me about this, to try and resolve the problem. And he comes into the back garden, he's looking at it and he's like, oh, you got a big problem, mate. I'm like, what? He goes, you got concrete in your pipes? I'm like, okay. He's like, can it clear it?
Literally, the pipes were
it was literally
blocked.
He showed me on the camera. It was like just the entire tube was blocked with rubble and concrete, and obviously the concrete set in place. And he's like, the only way they're going to be able to get that out, if I can't clear it now, the only way they're going to get that out is by putting a hole in your kitchen floor and digging out the pipe to then replace the pipe.
So we might have to have the kitchen ripped out.
Yeah.
Or at least the flooring or whatever. Well, the floor is going to have to come out anyway, but I can guarantee it won't coincide.
No.
With that, and then the biggest, the biggest FU was that the same contractor who came out to have a look and try and sort out the issue yesterday morning had already been here 2 weeks ago, spoken to the site manager or the apprentice site manager, said the whole street needs to be blocked off to resolve the issue, and that person, the apprentice site manager, refused because he didn't want to block off the water for the street for a morning to resolve the issue completely.
Yeah, basically what we had was concrete and rubble in the tubes, in the pipes. The street next to us, or the street further along, sorry, had the same problem, and the guy was like, let me shut it all down, let me blast it through, because you're just going to blast it through to these streets and I'll put it into the mains. So that was what he was going to do, and the site manager said no. So they blasted the rubble from their pipes, the street down, to our pipes.
Oh, I see. Oh, right,
and
yeah.
That's where it's got stuck, and basically.
So now, because of their fuck up, we've had, like, you can even see where it's lifted.
Yeah.
Our floor's been ruined. Our weekend's been ruined. We've got festering towels that I can't wash because they've just not plumbed it in properly.
We've got washing up. Obviously we can wash up by hand, but we've got no way of doing dishwashing, and like, you know, washing up takes a bit of time. That's not me complaining.
No, and that is a luxury, and like,
absolutely.
But at the same time, like, when you're in a family with a baby, you expect to move into a house that you've paid for integrated goods you expect them to work, wouldn't you?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so that's why Lainey's got war paint on. We got there in the end. That's why she's got war paint on. She's going to war today.
If anybody knows how to lift the curse on us, on this house,
it's just carnage.
I'm gonna go around saging the place in a minute.
It's just utter chaos, isn't it? But the problem is we can't get unpacked, because every time we go to unpack something, a flood happens, or something gets in, another job gets in the way, which is overruled because it needs to happen sooner. And it's like, it's just chaos. It's so difficult at the minute to get anything done.
So that's our disaster, but onwards and upwards. We're gonna try and keep going.
We're gonna lift up the end of this vlog.
Here's a positive note.
Go on.
The house is really warm. Yeah. Even without the heat on, the house is really warm.
We haven't put the heat.
God, this kid's a monster.
We haven't put the heating on at all. I'm going to talk really quietly because they might hear us.
The neighbours might hear us. I think they're putting their heating on is warming our house.
We can always tell when the heating's on, because this house is never not warm.
Yeah,
so that's good. They are heating happy.
That's it, that's good.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm off to find the site manager.
That's actually the biggest flex of 2022. Right. It's been a few hours since we last spoken to you, and today, because it's Monday, we finally had the the site manager, sorry, come over to the house. That's Loki trying to get out. You can't go out yet, sir, I'm sorry. We had the site manager come over to basically chat with us about our problems, and needless to say, they're going to be sorted. They are going to be sorted, but it's just been one of those days where it's been like, we've had to pick our battles today. Basically, we had someone come over, so he came over, we told him everything that happened, we told him about the flooring, so he basically asked us to invoice the company, and they will pay to get it sorted, which is brilliant, well chuffed for that. The doors, so the door here, the one in the bathroom and the one through to the living room are all swollen up because of the water, so they're knackered because they're fire doors, so they need to be replaced. We were supposed to actually have them planed and sorted to go, because all the other doors are currently off. I can't remember if we told you that or not, but we haven't got any doors at the minute, basically. And then we told him about our dishwasher and washing machine, which he claimed were signed off, but we aren't convinced, because if they were signed off, then they would have been working when we moved in. Basically, we had some guy then come out, about 5 minutes later, he managed to get the washing machine working. I'm not sure what he did, but he had to plumb something into the back which wasn't plumbed in for whatever reason. And then the dishwasher, which is just over here, that's why I'm pointing over here, the dishwasher hasn't been sorted. We were told that someone will come out to us today, so we waited at home. We have got things that we need to go and crack on with. We need to change our address to the bank. We can't do that online at the minute because our address is so new that it's not finding it online, so we have to go into the bank and other things like that, right? And no one turned up. So we went down to the sales office, and the site manager was in there, and he was like, and the kitchen was left in a mess, by the way, because all the panels underneath, they were all taken out, and there was just other stuff out as well, and we were like, look, if we've got a baby crawling around, we don't want this, like, can you someone come over and fix it? And he was like, yeah, I'll see if I can do that. And it was like, no, you need to do it today. Like, we were promised that our dishwasher would be sorted today. It's now not getting sorted till Thursday, which from today is Monday, so it's a few days away. You know, this isn't good. And someone came over and sorted that problem. Can you sense the stress and emotion radiating from me? Is that why you're here? Either that, you want to be fed, or you want to go out. Say hi to the vlog. Your pretty dad. He's not sure. But, so that's the day we've had today. But, we've managed to get something sorted that we wanted sorted. One of them's on a bit of a wonk, just because there's something wrong with the back of it, and I need to amend the back of the mirror so it would hang, but just for tonight I needed it hung up. I wanted it hung up, and we've got these up, which you can't, I don't think you can tell. Oh no, you can. So if you look down the bottom here, you'll see that this side, this one here, is a bit more lifted. So that's a problem to me. Because I know it's there, I can't just sit and allow that to happen. So that's gonna be tomorrow's job probably, to try and amend that. It just looks a bit dodge. We need to get some paint because, like we said earlier, these walls, like literally you brush anything past it and the paint's come off. Like you can see all around the house. So that's something we need to get sorted as well. Because today we got absolutely nothing done because we were waiting around for people and the kitchen was a mess and all sorts. So we're gonna plow on with unpacking. We've actually got a set of wardrobes, or 2 sets of wardrobes actually arriving tomorrow. We've got a set for our room because we never had a wardrobe in the old house. We really wanted them. And we've got a set coming for Apollo's room as well. So yeah, it's just gonna be, I can't let you out. I almost let him out, just subconsciously, just go to the back door and let him out, but I can't. I'm sorry mate, you got a litter tray, use that. Not good enough, never is. And with a little bit of Papa Hubbard's, not me, my dad's.
Thank you, Daddy Steve.
My dad's wisdom in this shit.
Guys, this has been emotional. You know what I don't want to have to do? I don't want to have to build fitted wardrobes.
But that's happening tomorrow.
Why do we have to be peasants? Why do we have to be peasants? Why can't we be like the people who just get to pay someone to do this for them?
We should.
If you're one of those people,
No,
consider yourself so lucky.
We're not ungrateful. That's what we've kept telling ourselves,
Yeah.
is that we're not ungrateful.
ungrateful.
It's just we're broke and we're poor.
We're literally like down to our last 20 quid, aren't we?
Yeah, like the whole move, all in all, right? Everything
I think people
in.
think when you're on YouTube, you just have this endless supply of money. We're just normal people. We earn normal wages, like, and everything. It's just a normal thing. Like, let me be honest, it's cost us. Go on, sorry, I just interrupted.
No, you're fine. I think all in,
it's
probably
over
cost
£5,000 to move.
Yeah.
And we now have about 20 quid to our name until we get paid.
Still, I feel like
it's fine,
on YouTube everyone shows the good bits, whereas this is just how life is.
Yeah.
We're gonna show you the good. We're gonna show you the bad. We're gonna show you the ugly.
And we're gonna show you the Lainey having a wee on the toilet. Actually, I finished my wee. I was just waiting for you to finish doing what you were doing, and I was just sat there on my phone. But still, everyone got all 105,000 of yous got to see me sat on the toilet.
The thing is, 105,000 people don't watch our videos.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
I mean, if 10 people saw it, that would be 10 people too many.
This is true.
Anyway, right.
We're gonna love this and leave yous. Hope you've enjoyed, and hopefully, fingers crossed, the next vlog will be a bit more positive.
Yeah.
Anyway, like, subscribe, and we'll speak to you later.
Peace. Bing.
Lainey's just said that we were talking about how skint we were, and we kept showing the takeaway. This was bought for us because we're so skint. Like, who was it that got it for us in the end?
My sister.
Your sister.